dive into an aspect of entrepreneurship, which is why we then chose a theme that zeroes in on entrepreneurship.
Dr. Ndebele seems to have lost connection. I'm sure he will rejoin with us shortly. Meanwhile, I'd like to welcome all those who joined us after we had started. This meeting is the ZNCC Business Agenda on unlocking trade and investment opportunities for new horizons at ZITF. Our main speaker is the CEO of the Zimbabwe International Trade Fair, Dr. Nick Ndebele. So he will be rejoining us shortly. I think there was a connection thing. Dr. Ndebele, are you back? Okay, he should be joining us shortly. Meanwhile, if I can find out, have you all received the brochure for ZITF?
Oh, good morning, not yet. Are we supposed to receive the brochures through what? Through email?
We could arrange for it to be sent by email. We'll share with the Secretariat for ZNCC, and they must have a mail shot service where they can send to all members so that you have an idea. It's quite an interesting one this year because the membership, the participation is quite high. And Dr. Ndebele is in Harare right now, just making sure he confirms participation by some key participants, particularly the embassies. They are keen to be part of this. We also have a number of organizations that are going to be launching their products and other things this year. So this year, I'm sure it will be quite an exciting one. So I'll make sure that you get the brochure and see even there are some promos as well that are available about ZITF.
I should be back, but
Dr. Ndebele, welcome. You can continue.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. Maybe may I be allowed once more to share the
Certainly. Just share your screen and proceed. The floor is yours.
Okay. Can we all see?
Yes, it's visible. You can go ahead.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Sorry for that disruption. I don't know what happened. I guess it's my signal was poor or is poor, but I hope that I will just quickly go through the presentation. So this year's focus is on innovation, as I say. We are zeroing in on innovation as we believe that it is a catalyst for industrialization. So in the context of Zimbabwe, the theme aligns with the need to foster economic growth, innovation, and international trade partnerships. We believe that innovation is not only confined to hustling, We believe that there is corporate entrepreneurship, which is also significant in driving industrialization for economic progress. We also believe that this platform is relevant for local international delegates and exhibitors to connect, collaborate, and explore new business opportunities. I hope I'm not alone.
We are here.
We can hear you.
We can hear you. Yes.
Excellent. Thank you.
We
Thank
can
you.
hear you, sir.
Thank you so much. So I'll just move on to why you should participate at ZITF. It will enable you to do competitor analysis, comprehensive insights into local and international competition. That will be, the platform will allow you to do that. As part of risk management, you also need to see what the industry or the sector in which you play is doing. This will be part of your risk management, and it will also help you to build resilience, to mitigate disruptions and to market through trade. And we also believe that innovations are showcased at ZITF. So you need to learn more about the industry advancements and innovations on the global market. We also believe that it will give you desired brand visibility. And of course, that brand visibility is actually what you need. You need the market to appreciate what you do, to see what you do, and of course, to buy into what you actually do. So we also believe that this platform will allow you to forge partnerships, networking opportunities that I've already alluded to earlier, to build strategic and sustainable trade, investment, and marketing opportunities, or partnerships. So we believe that one may want to participate as an exhibitor, one may want to participate as a visitor or attendee, one may choose to participate as a delegate or a sponsor, advertiser, or a service provider for that matter, or a supplier to a service provider. So these are the different routes one may take to participate at ZITF. And we believe that as captains of industry, you would want to have your brand on display. So naturally, we believe that you might come as both an exhibitor and a delegate, a business delegate, to attend our different concurrent networking platforms that will be running alongside the main exhibition. We have the International Business Conference and some such platforms. How do we exhibit? This is where you can get assistance. You contact the dedicated sales team for assistance. You pay the required fee on time to secure a stand. Some would leave it till late, and they find themselves, seeking to be helped to get a stand when it is almost beyond anyone to assist at that particular stand, when others have already taken up all the space. So we believe that if you do your preparations in good time, you will avoid such inconveniences. We also encourage you to have a designer stand that will make you stand out. And the ZITF, we have the ZITF Expo designs that can assist custom stands. So you may contact ourselves at zitf.co.zw. How to visit? You may want to come through as a visitor. As I said, you may want to pre-register online via our website, www.zitfevents.com. So this will enable you to produce a business invitation ticket, which is available from the marketing and PR department at ZITF offices or from a participating exhibit. So that's another route that you may take to participate. You may want to attend the show as a delegate. For registration, you may call us on those numbers, contact us on those contact details that are on the screen. For the International Business Conference, it's IBC at zitf.co.zw. For the Connect Africa Symposium, is connectafrica@zitf.co.zw. For the ZITF Innovators Forum, the Innovators Forum is zitf.co.zw. For the ZITF Charity Golf Challenge, it's golf@zitf.co.zw. So there are also sponsorship opportunities that I've already mentioned. You may want to sponsor the following during concurrent events to enjoy brand visibility. You may want to sponsor corporate wear, delegate bags and goodies, lanyards, tickets and badges, Wi-Fi and connectivity, refreshments for exhibitor lounges. You just need to contact pr@zitf.co.zw for more information. You may want to register as a service provider. Some would always say, why do service providers come all the way from far field? As Mutare, yet there are some that are closed in Bulawayo. It's an international trade fair, so you may want to come through as a service provider. Make sure that you have completed a service provider application form, a copy of your certificate of incorporation, company profile +3 traceable references, proof of affiliation to a national organization, proof of NASA registration, and all those other elements down on that list. So participation is really not confined to the exhibition. You may want to participate in those other various ways. Maximizing brand visibility is the main purpose of an exhibition. So you might want to advertise through the following channels: our website and social media pages. Your website and social media. You may want to sensitize the market that you will be at ZITF and they should visit your stand. So you want to utilize all those platforms: exhibition, all signage, outdoor media, catalog, and bulletin publications. We have a catalog, an official catalog that we distribute to our exhibitors during the ZITF. You may actually want to buy one, so you may advertise in that catalog. We also have a daily bulletin or newspaper publication that we run during the show, so you may also want to advertise in that publication. Or you may want to partner with us by providing print and electronic and online media, excursions and city tours, entertainment, shuttle and transport services, accommodation, and so forth. So all you need to do is just to come through and make a proposal, then discuss and agree on how we can implement that. So those are the different ways in which one can actually maximize their brand visibility. So we promise you that we will provide you a streamlined online registration system, enhanced parking facilities. One of the pain points that exhibitors normally and visitors and delegates normally highlight is parking. So we've since entered into some agreements. One, we always enter into an agreement with the Bulawayo City Council, provide us some land just in front of the exhibition center. We also have spoken to Gifford High School. We also have spoken to Coglan Primary School. So we have increased spaces in which one can actually park their vehicle. So all that you need to do is to make sure that you identify your parking space in good time. We also have an optimized cooling system for conference. We have since revamped our conference facility Hall 2 to also ensure that the ambience is improved. So we have introduced a cooling system so that our delegates, visitors, and exhibitors are comfortable during the conference. So we'll continue to incrementally improve our facilities so that the ambience improves and your experience also improves. So that is our thrust in regard to the venue of the exhibition. So the expo diary looks like this. On the 23rd of April, we start off the show with the Innovators Forum running alongside us, the ZITF hosted buyer program, or Scholastica. We also, on Wednesday, we have the International Business Conference that will be running alongside the Innovators Forum and Scholastica. On Thursday, the Charity Golf Challenge will happen. So will Scholastica, and we have the Connect Africa Symposium and the Diplomats Forum in the evening for those that are invited. So on Friday, ZNCC Business Luncheon, I'm sure you're going to organize that and implement it because it allows our exhibitors more and more points for networking and interacting and of course getting updates from the industry. So Scholastica will also happen, and of course the official opening ceremony, which we hope that will have a foreign head of state this year to be the guest of honor. So I will be accompanied by his Zimbabwean counterpart, His Excellency Dr. Edin Mnangagwa, on the official opening day. Saturday is family day, public entertainment program, plus Scholastica or wrap up. So that makes the exhibition calendar. Expected outcomes for business and Zimbabwean economy. We hope that through this platform, we're going to promote local entrepreneurship. That is thrust of this, because we believe that it is the rails for industrialization. So exhibitors can elevate the visibility and recognition of homegrown businesses, fostering a sense of pride and confidence within the local entrepreneurial ecosystem. We believe that this platform will also help in boosting job creation and economic development, because once we promote entrepreneurship, that is likely to trigger other benefits, such as creation of jobs. Trade and investment opportunities, we certainly believe that there will be those potential investors who come through to sample what Zimbabwe has to offer, and that will be a platform again for Zimbabwean companies to interact with these potential investors and to forge partnerships, maybe enduring partnerships that can actually help boost our economic development. So we believe that this platform is essential, crucial for trade and investment opportunities. We also believe that policy advocacy and support, because business interacts with policymakers, particularly the IBC, believe that that strong interaction that happens during ZITF between policymakers and business helps in pushing the message that business seeks to push to the policymakers, so that the environment for doing business is actually improved. So it is only at ZITF that you would then find ministers perhaps in one space at one particular time. So that particular week, you would find almost 90% of the ministers would attend that platform. So you have an opportunity to then reach out to the ministers, push your arguments, your proposals, and hopefully you get the desired attention. So, Mr. Facilitator, I thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Ndebele. Well, ladies and gentlemen, there you've heard it for yourself. ZITF is not just an opportunity to have a 1 week break from wherever you are based in the country and have holiday in Bulawayo. It is actually so much more. I really appreciated how Dr. Ndebele indicated the diverse ways of participating and getting involved in the ZITF, because there sometimes is a narrow view that you can just visit as a delegate and see what others are doing. Myriad of ways that you can get involved with the ZITF. Thank you very much for that, Dr. Ndebele. I'd like to recognize the Chief Executive Officer of ZNCC, Mr. Chris Mgaga, who has now joined us. Welcome, sir, to the business agenda, focusing on the ZITF. At this moment, I would like to give delegates the opportunity to present some questions to the CEO of ZITF. I know some of you may want to know how much it costs to participate in the different forms. Some of you may want to know exactly when the business conference will run. Is it a 2-day event? Is it a 1-day event? And so on. Will there be virtual participation in case you cannot make it physically? So this is an opportunity for you to present some questions and seek clarification from Dr. Ndebele. So the floor is now open to the delegates. You may go ahead and speak if you have a question. I didn't see any hands up, so we can just leave it open.
Hello.
You can go ahead and present. Is that Mr. Tafumane? You can go ahead.
Yes, I maybe I could have missed something during his presentation. How have you, as ZITF, partnered with those who offer accommodation?
Thank you for that question. It's also accommodation is always a pain point at ZITF. And we have engaged the people of accommodation, and their argument has always been that this is where demand outstrips supply. So inevitably prices go up, and perhaps to ridiculous proportions in some instances, particularly where you actually want hotel accommodation. However, ZITF will always strive to interact with the government agents called Zimbabwe Tourism Authority to ensure that they assess other alternatives other than hotels. Some are lodges, some are B&Bs, that can then help to complement hotel capacity, which is obviously limited during that peak period. So we work with Zimbabwe Tourism Authority. We also work with other providers. We have a partner, Ecological Solutions, that helps us also, or helps our exhibitors find accommodation. And I can tell you that Bulawayo people have seen an opportunity at ZITF, and they normally let out their houses as accommodation for visitors during that peak period. So you may not really want to work too hard to stay in a hotel because hotel accommodation is limited. You may also consider B&Bs and lodges that are really dotted around the city. So that is what we have done as ZITF, and we continue to lobby the industry, the tourism or the accommodation industry, to moderate on pricing. Perhaps that's the best that we can do.
Yes, certainly. That may be, certainly. The other important thing is that you need to start seeking accommodation early, because the spaces get filled up. You have people even offering their slots as if they've reserved. And, some can even put a markup on accommodation. And some do block bookings, and then they try to make a quick buck on that. So the best thing we can advise also is to start seeking accommodation early on, or make a plan early.
Yeah,
Mr. Tafumane, you had something else to ask?
No, I think it's answered.
Thank you.
Great. Any other question? Dr. Ndebele, I think you've done justice. Everyone has understood everything you said, and they're looking forward to participate. There's some literature that has been shared with the Secretariat, and they'll be forwarding that to all the members, certainly those who have joined this meeting. Dr. Ndebele, would you be able to share the presentation you made with us so that we can also distribute to those who were in the meeting? Some came after you had started, so some may have missed the first few slides. So if you are able to share with us, we can let everyone know.
Absolutely, I will definitely do that. I'll certainly share that with the Johannes.
Sure. Great. Mr. Mgaga, would you have anything to say? We are about to close the event.
Thank you, moderator. Thank you very much, Mr. Sichwane.
Yeah, I think he quite very rich deliberations. It's unfortunate. It seems questions are very thin, not coming that much, but it could also show how clear the presentation is. Allow us to thank the CEO Ndebele. I think as Chamber of Commerce, we always say the relationship, which is strong. For most of those delegates in the meeting, you might not be aware that ZNCC is a shareholder to ZITF. So when we are partnering or coming to ZITF, we are not only coming as a stakeholder. It's very important for us to send that message to you also. It's significant. I think the issue of accommodation, we as ZNCC will also continue finding ways to allow for our membership in particular who wants to come in. We have a charter, obviously, with CEO ZITF on how we can deepen that platform of allowing for no challenges, especially the accommodation side. But Afmane, your question, quite very valid, it's an issue. Then let's also try to continue exploring ways to utilize the ZITF opportunities. I think Van Devele, there'd always been a talk on how we can broaden and widen the product beyond the 4 or 5 days we'll be there. We want the ZITF not to be a platform for Harare people to travel to Bulawayo. We want it to be a ZITF, not for other people to be there, but for the world to converge in Bulawayo. And I think the product offering will assist each other in making it bigger and better every year. But thank you very much for such a very well presentation. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Sorry, I was struggling to get in. Thank you. Can you hear me?
You're welcome. Go ahead.
Okay.
You're
yes,
welcome. Go ahead.
Yes, I'm Mrs. Pulu from Glen Lodge. That is, I want to say something on accommodation. I have heard from the presenter that they've partnered with the other people, like, for example, ecological, and the people who are going to let out their houses. So it's okay because we want to kill the demand, but I don't know what is in place to protect the registered people, so that sometimes these registered operators, they suffer because of those people who benefit only during the ZITF. So I was thinking if we can have the list of people who are letting out their houses and whatever, because the demand will be high, so that we should know them. And some things should be done, because as registered operators, we pay a lot. We have licenses, we have taxes, and those people, they take the large chunk at their own. I think something must be done to protect the registered operators. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your contribution.
So
go ahead,
ZITF, as I said, thank you, moderator. As ZITF, we strive to work with ZTA. ZTA is the agency that is mandated to protect you, madam. So we can only rely on ZTA to give us the registered lodges that are available. So we work closely with ZTA on that aspect. As ZITF, we don't want to recommend anyone to go to something that is not registered, because we don't want to carry that risk. Should something happen to that person, then we cannot afford to carry that risk ourselves. So we can only work with ZTA, the registered people, so that at least we reduce that risk on our visitors and exhibitors. On the aspect of, I think it's important for you as an industry to just engage with ZTA, so that you are clear as to in isolating those that are not registered, and therefore protecting your industry. And you should also work hard on expanding capacity, so that we are able to accommodate the numbers that we sometimes experience at ZITF, because people end up veering off to these houses because your capacity may very well be limited. So yeah, that's my submission on that aspect.
Thank you, Dr. Ndebele. Does anyone else have anything to say? on that high note, then we can close our meeting. I would like to thank all delegates. Dr. Ndebele, thank you for the lucid presentation. Everyone is clear now. More literature will be shared with all delegates. I would like to wish you an upcoming very good weekend. Just one more thing, Dr. Ndebele. Maybe you could share with the delegates here the other events that happen at the premises of ZITF besides the ZITF, besides the trade fair itself, the other events that happen in your premises in the rest of the year. I know there's MineEntra, Asambeni.
Yes.
Travel. Yes, if you could just
MineEntra is coming. Thank you, Mr. Stone. MineEntra is coming in July, back to its traditional calendar of July. Last year we had to hold it in November because of the elections that were held in the middle of the year. But it's coming back to the traditional month of July. In September we have our Green Expo. It's a new platform where we just want to focus on issues to do with greening the business space in line with the sustainability issues. So it will be an inaugural show in September. And then in October, we have AfriConfex, which looks at infrastructure and construction and the built environment sector. So that's coming in October. So we have those major events that we organize ourselves as ZITF. Again in September, with ZTA, we will have Sangana Hlanganani World Tourism Expo. It's coming through in September. So we have those 5 major events. ZITF in April, MineEntra in July, Green Expo in September, Sangana Hlanganani in September, AfriConfex in October. So our desire as ZITF as always is to look at the key economic sectors of the country. ZITF does justice to the manufacturing sector as a key sector of the economy, together with it, because it runs along the agricultural shore. We also look at agriculture. Mining is catered for by MineEntra, and the transportation sector and the engineering sectors are catered for by MineEntra. Tourism is catered for under Sangana Hlanganani, and the Green Expo looks at issues to do with sustainability, and the AfriConfex looks at the infrastructure sector, which is also critical for this economy. So we always try to curate platforms that speak to the national priorities and focus areas.
Thank you, Doc. I think if I may come in based on your current presentation, in terms of Health Expo, I think of late there is a demand for Health Expo. Are you also looking at that area as well?
Yes, we will certainly consider the Health Expo. What we look at is the size of that space and whether it will be a worthwhile show, or it can come through perhaps as a conference or as a one-day expo. We assess, we make our assessment based on the size at times, or the scale of that particular sector. Yes, I know it's an important sector. So we'll certainly appreciate that kind of feedback to say there is the Health Expo, there is the ITC or the technology expo. We are all looking at all those areas for consideration, to maybe to come up with a show that looks at all those areas. But we certainly appreciate the feedback that we constantly receive from the membership of ZNCC, formally and informally, to enhance the platform. As the CEO said, the idea is to grow the platform to a level where it does indeed reflect that it is an international trade fair, and we always appreciate the support and the advice and the input of BMOs such as ZNCC.
Great. And so, Mr. Dongo, you are free to actually approach the ZITF and pick this up, because I think it's a very important matter that you bring forward. quite a number of issues that need to be discussed, exhibited, shared with the public, even information sharing alone about the epidemics going on around the world is a worthwhile endeavor, but I think it needs more attention beyond this session that we're having today.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, so you're invited. So, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to thank you very much for your precious time and congregating with us. Dr. Ndebele, you have been such a wonderful presenter, and everyone is now keen to join you at the ZITF. Mr. CEO, sir, thank you so much for this opportunity. I don't take it lightly. I would like to wish you all a good Friday and enjoy the rest of the weekend. Have a good day.
Thank you for the
Bye-bye.
opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Enjoy your weekend. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.